Saskatchewan. When you hear Saskatchewan, what do you think about? Perhaps it's wheat fields, flat roads, maybe even bodybuilders with high-pitched voices.
Hey, what's up, ladies? Yeah, I'm from Saskatchewan. What's up in Canada, eh?
Of course, we have the 1989 Grey Cup champions who saw Ken Austin lead the Riders past the previous Saskatchewan hero, Ron Lancaster, in what might be one of the most memorable Grey Cups of all time. And who can forget that lovable sitcom, Corner Gas?
You know, I've never driven across Saskatchewan before. Sure is flat. Yeah, flat. Nothing to see. Man, it is kind of flat. Thanks for pointing that out.
But what us stock junkies think of when we hear Saskatchewan is that powdery yellow metal, the good stuff, that key compound that powers nuclear plants and submarines. I'm talking about uranium. And if you haven't been paying attention, the uranium market is picking up again. Let's just look at some of the recent headlines. Just this past summer, the first American nuclear reactor to be built from scratch in decades opened in the state of Georgia. Well, a previously shuttered nuclear plant in Michigan is on track to be reopened after signing a power purchase agreement. Up here in Canada, Quebec is looking to restart production at a previously shuttered nuclear facility, while Ontario is conducting pre-development work at the world's largest operating nuclear power station to expand it even further. Small nuclear reactors, or SMRs, are also on the uptrend, with 4 planned in Ontario, while Saskatchewan, Alberta, and New Brunswick are pushing ahead to develop facilities of their own. The government of Canada is also helping out abroad. They're helping finance 2 nuclear reactors in Romania under a $3 billion deal. This deal will see Canadian-made CANDU reactors installed in Romania, adding to the already 2 in operation. All this is to say that the world will need more, well, you guessed it, uranium. And there is a recent junior exploration stage company by the name of ATHA Energy that isn't just any exploration company. They have a treasure chest of cash, a huge land position, and a team of experienced uranium players that are looking to find the next big mine. Let's dive in. When it comes to uranium, there's typically one jurisdiction globally that investors think of: the Athabasca Basin. Situated largely in Saskatchewan, the basin is the world's largest leading source of high-grade uranium. It supplies approximately 20% of the global market. The region is also home to the Cigar Lake mine operated by Cameco, which boasts the highest grade uranium deposit in the world at 17.21% U3O8. For perspective, as per Kitco, the mine has grades that are 100 times the world average. And before Cigar Lake took this crown of the highest grade deposit, the McArthur River mine, also found in the basin, held this title. The region has collectively produced over 900 million pounds of uranium since 1975. Needless to say, there's a lot of U3O8 in the basin, and high grade at that. But why does this matter? It matters because ATHA Energy has done something others have not. They've assembled the largest land package in the Athabasca region, 3.4 million acres to be exact. To give you an idea of the scale of that land package, the entirety of Yellowstone National Park could fit into that space, 1.5 times. The land holdings, which are divided into 4 districts, East Rim, Cable Bay, North Rim, and West Rim, were carefully acquired over a period of 10 years by some of the most successful people involved in the region. And it includes potential upside based on a 10% carried interest held in key lands being developed by NextGen and ISO Energy. Let's touch on those people for a minute. ATHA Energy is headed by Troy Beaujolais, who has a history in the basin. He's the former VP of Operations and Project Development, as well as VP of Exploration and Community for NextGen Energy, a major explorer in the region. He was a big part of building this company, which today sits at a market cap of over $3.5 billion. Beaujolais notably is credited with leading the company through the development of the Arrow deposit, which is considered to be the largest and highest grade uranium development project globally. Troy also served time as a geo at Cameco. But ATHA's experience doesn't end there. Their technical team is filled with geologists with decades of experience at majors such as Cameco and Denison Mines, both of whom are heavily focused not just on uranium, but the Athabasca Basin as well. And then we got the board of directors with extensive experience in the uranium sector, with director Doug Engdahl, for instance, having spent 8 years at Cameco's McArthur River Mine, while Jeff Barber has served on the board of Standard Lithium since 2017, whose Southwest Arkansas project has a base case after-tax NPV of $3.1 billion. Now, let's talk uranium for a second. Nuclear is viewed as the key to a sustainable energy future because nuclear production has the lowest carbon emissions among energy sources. And the key to nuclear is, of course, uranium. Current projections suggest that a supply deficit of several thousand tons is already upon us, and set to grow exponentially by 2040 to over 100,000 tons. Adding to that uncertainty is the fact that only 24% of global supply comes from OECD countries, who account for 69% of consumption, meaning significant geopolitical risk exists within the industry. These shortfalls are leading to U3O8 hitting 12-year highs, climbing as high as $72 a pound after sitting below $18 a pound back in 2016. In recent weeks, we've encountered price levels not seen since 2008, and yet no new supply has come online. So where does ATHA Energy fit in all this? Today, they're working towards conducting one of the largest ever multi-platform electromagnetic surveys in the history of the basin, which will cover a total of 2.1 million acres. The goal of the program is to retain the largest contiguous plot of data using modern tools in the region. A recent review of the 4 districts under its holdings, meanwhile, have shown potential to host all basin deposit models, of which there are 3. 3 of the 4 districts are the current focus for future exploration, and the company has indicated that it intends to conduct farm-out agreements to leverage its large portfolio of holdings and accelerate exploration efforts, which should unlock shareholder value, which is evident when comparing ATHA to those that operate in the region. With an EV to acre of just $31, it compares to peers such as Sky Harbor Resources, who trades at a multiple of $61 in terms of EV per acre, and Baseload Energy, who sits at $93 as of September 5th. It's often challenging to assess a new issuer to the junior markets in the early days of trading, especially when they have yet to identify a flagship resource and much of the stock is still in escrow. Still, there are few individuals who have repeated success in the Athabasca region. Couple that with the largest land package in the public markets and a sizable balance sheet, and now you have something that merits more digging. There are dozens of early-stage uranium plays trying to compare themselves to the next gen. Of course, NextGen Energy is a 19-bagger since first going public 9 years ago. The difference between ATHA Energy and all those other names is that none of them come with the experience, cash, and land position of this new Saskatchewan player. Now look, whether uranium takes on the tailwinds we saw over a decade ago or stays steady here is anyone's bet. But if you're looking for a name that should be able to weather either of those storms, ATHA Energy is a name you may want to take a look at. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. If you could do me a big favor, please hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Let me know what you think in the comment section. So guys, we just recently launched this channel and we noticed that 99.9% of our viewers are not subscribed. So if you enjoyed this video, we need your help in growing this channel. By subscribing, that would help us keep the lights on and make sure that our crews have jobs in these uncertain times. So please hit that subscribe button, and we promise to make more quality videos that I'm sure you're going to love.